Cheers, motherfuckers. Winston Smith here on Reviews with Booze, and we're talking about Iced Earth's Plagues of Babylon. Kicking off 2014 hard with some serious metal. And a lot of people, can say, oh, it's just the usual Iced Earth album, but there's a lot of significant differences. For me, the sound of this album is just so much different from a lot of the sounding records that they've done in the past 10 years or so, as far as guitar tones and even drum tones. The producer, Jim Morris, that has been frequent on the last long time, obviously it's usually co-produced with John Schaefer as well, but he's unpresent, and I feel like it makes a large difference. And sadly enough, I don't know if that's a problem. I enjoy these drum tones a lot better than I did the drum tones on Dystopia. They sound just realer. Overall, I love the sound of this record, and I can't tell. There's things I like on Dystopia, like it's more crazy with the fucking going with the high pitch and keeping it real, and I'm all about this. This album has a little bit less than that, which can leave you as a big time fan, you hear it the first time and you're like, oh, but I was hoping for some more like in your face fucking crazy fucking high pitched vocals and all sorts of the fucking going back and forth and shit. And there's a little less of that on this record, but the more I listen to it, the more I really fucking enjoy it. The first 6 songs just they all feel in the same vein, so dark and just captured very well, even simplistic at a lot of times on purpose. ICED Earth's not a bullshit Guitar Hero band. There's plenty of songs that go without a guitar solo, and they don't need that shit. It's not just like some shit, ICED Earth is just so something you gotta get. People like me, I get it. Other people get it, and it's magical, and they really have a way of taking you in. They're great storytellers, The song matters most, not egos of the musicians and shit like that. And this album is no different, This story needs to be told a certain way. There's riffs in there that kind of bleed off of the Something Wicked trilogy, because it is part of that and stuff. But also, when I started reading the lyrics, like Democide, where it says, like, fluoride heads, the Walking Dead, and all that stuff, clues like bread and circus, you begin to see what this story is really about and shit. For those of you who would know that sort of thing, I guess those of you who don't, look into it and see what they're fucking really talking about. But it's pretty obvious the themes underlining this concept story of zombies right here. And it was so funny, I was listening to this for the first time after I fucking got it in the truck with my friend, and right after, I was like, alright, after the conceptual, big-time, epic, fucking hard, dark story, which has Hansi Kurt going fucking at it in there as well, fuck yes, I was like, I almost guarantee you, bro, the next song, If I Could See You, it's going to be ballad time, ICED Earth ballad time. And that's one thing that's special. Like most bands that do metal and shit, when they go to, it's always like, oh, I like their hard songs. They go to do those goddamn ballads and they fucking suck. ICED Earth is one of the bands that have just enjoyable ballads that actually stand out. So up everybody's fucking butt cheeks when it comes to that fucking shit. And boy was I right. After the end happened and the concept was over, If I Could See You popped on up, and boom, like first note I was like, told ya, bro. After that is probably overall, I enjoy like the whole concept thing, probably my favorite part of the record, but really my favorite song is probably the song after If I Could See You, and that's Cthulhu. And something about it just encompasses a large array. It's like, just a good ICED Earth song. It's something that could have been on Horror Show or something. Even though Horror Show isn't even really one of my favorite records personally. But Peacemaker is probably my least favorite after that one, No big deal. I just think that it... The other 2 songs after that is pretty... I enjoy the record, I guess some people might not like the other standing songs if they're just like hardcore metal dudes and into the fucking... I don't know. If you never heard ICED Earth before and this is your first album hearing it, it's probably a bad representation of what the band has come up to this, even though you could say the music and formula is the same. Sure, as an ICED Earth fan, I'm very satisfied with this album. But, I guess the younger kids is like, oh, there's very like safe kind of vocals feeling, even though it's all there in the mix. Like you hear the highs, like it's all encompassing every fucking range, but it's all stuffed into one, so it just seems like some low fucking shit, But it's all there, and it's actually, they do some, like, types of vocal stuff that they've never really done before, and I think that's kind of cool. The cover song Highwayman, I grew up listening to that song. And, you know, I think it's a cool concept and everything. The Symphony X guy is wonderful. I'm not a big Volbeat fan, really, so it's hard as a hardcore Iced Earth fan to really relate to that stuff, which seems kind of mainstream to me, but I mean, not really. It's like whatever. But I think it's a cool cover, and it's kind of cool that they did that, and you get a sense of brotherhood from that fucking shit. Overall, I think Iced Earth fans who are true Iced Earth fans in the hardcore realm will totally enjoy this. The people who only like certain albums or certain singers, you know what I mean, maybe they won't fucking enjoy it. So you really have to be the judge on that. I think, for me, it's a step up from Dystopia. Now, there's some fucking highlights on Dystopia that, you know, I just... Dark City, V, shit like that. Those songs are fucking damn, you know, if they had like a the last 10 years best of or some shit, those songs would definitely be on there. But for me, I think, from what I'm hearing, this is kind of a step up. I enjoy having the extra, like, background vocal people. They did that on, like, Glorious Burden and shit, and it just fucking works. I love that fucking big chorus, like, you know, when it's all the people singing, and it's like, if you're asking yourself why, it just sounds big, like maybe a whole fucking country of peeps fucking singing that shit out to the heavens above and shit. So, I'm enjoying it, you know. I've only had it for a few days. I'm just enjoying it quite well. And maybe y'all motherfuckers will too. But when it comes to metal, there's a lot of people who are very specific in what they like, and very specific in what they don't like. So if you don't get it, it might seem, you know, a little bit weird, but I think this album might even seem more appealing to your average metalhead dude who doesn't get into stuff that has more eccentric and wild things like theatrics and themes and shit like that. It might appeal to them more than any other Iced Earth has in the past. I mean, maybe individual songs like Violate and shit like that. But anyways, I'm kind of rambling because it's Reviews with Booze, and I'm fucking toasty, and I want to say motherfucking Plagues of Babylon, yada yada yada, flicking yada. Peace of motherfuckers, pick it up and rock and roll. Hell yeah. Iced motherfucking Earth.